Welcome, you guys. Thank you so much by stopping by the channel. I am here to do a general reading for everybody. I am here to ask the universe what kind of energies need our attention at this time, what messages the universe has for us, what lessons we need to learn, or demons that we need to slay. First out, we have procrastinating priorities. I'm using pre-shuffled card decks. It just saves me time in the reading. We have sleep deprivation in the reverse. And integrating new systems in the reverse. Going on to my next deck of Oracle. We have success in the reverse. We have apprentice in the reverse. And lastly, I have wrongful. Got my celestial deck right here. What message do you have for us, universe? What energies need to be exposed out here? We've got Two of Swords in the reverse. The Star in the reverse. And Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Dude, when I tell you I shuffled the hell out of these cards between each reading, I truly mean it. So if something comes out like in reverse and it's mostly reversed, it's definitely meant to be. Alright, so I'm going to do one more round of cards for a little more clarity before we move forward. We have operating without a license. We have fleeting feelings next to sleep deprivation in the reverse. And we have shooting the messenger next to integrating new systems reversed. We have unity that came out under success reversed. We have risky that came out in the reverse. And I'm going to take the third one. I usually don't, but I feel like I'm just feeling it. We have bounty right under wrongful. Come on, I've got a hair on me somewhere that I cannot see and it's bothering the heck out of me. So we have Knight of Pentacles out here next to the Two of Swords reversed. Then we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse next to the Star reversed. I'm going to end up bending my cards. Okay. Two of Pentacles next to the Ace of Pentacles. I'm sorry, the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Alright, so let's start from the top. We've got procrastinating priorities and operating without a license. No success here, it says. And there's unity. Followed by the Two of Swords reversed. And the Knight of Pentacles. Let me read the energies a little more, get a little further into this. Alright, so I feel like this reading is about this Knight of Pentacles right here. As you can see, he's in the upright, so that's good. But it looks like he had a rough start with things in life, and it started with being employed by someone who was doing something illegal or unethical. And they were blowing this off as a legitimate thing, and for the Knight of Pentacles, he didn't see it for what it was. There was no objectivity to the way he was looking at things. He was just happy to get paid and learn. But it looks like he's walked away from it. Alright, so he's getting better sleep. This was really getting under this Knight of Pentacles skin. However they were operating this business, he tried to ignore it at first, but eventually it creeped into his auric field, and started stressing him out and leaving him sleepless at night, knowing that it probably shouldn't be a part of what they're doing, it's wrong, this kind of thing. So now that he's walked away, he's definitely getting better sleep. I'm saying him, it is a masculine energy. He's gone into some type of work that, like, it's not going to be a risk to work there. I feel like wherever he's working, it's franchised, whatever it is. So it's on one of those kind of scales where, you have to be operating with all the right registrations, certifications, permits, etc., licenses. Like, he doesn't have to worry about that anymore. Like, I really feel, I don't know what his role is. Maybe we'll look into it later. But this was really weighing on this guy's mind and heart to continue to go to work every day at this other place, this old place, and watch things go down the way that they were. We have the Star here in reverse, right next to the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, he's just taking the safe route. He's not trying to be a hero. He's not trying to stand out. He's not, or stand up for what's right. But he did manage to save himself. And so he's healing and feeling better. Let's see what's coming next. We have the integrating new systems in reverse next to the shooting the messenger. So yeah, he's afraid to get shot as a messenger. I mean, simply put. The integrating new systems with the Star reversed is he's choosing not to take his path. The path that's going to lead him to ultimate freedom and happiness and joy and having his gifts with him on earth, that kind of thing. Like, he doesn't care. Like, he's scared. He's scared. He's scared to be shot at. Because if he does or says anything, there's going to be backlash. There's going to be backfire. He doesn't want to have to endure that. So that's fine. It's everybody's prerogative. We have free will, right? So if that's what you're looking for, and that doesn't even necessarily mean that he'll never get on this path. But until he heals and de-stresses and evaluates things, he's just gonna sit there and in the Star reverse kind of energy. But once he's healed, maybe he'll become stronger, more confident, and change his mind. We never know. So yeah, I had a feeling it was something to do with money. Like, you'll see in a second. But so it was wrongful. What they were doing was wrongful. It was unethical, and it was for money. The bounty. We have the Ace of Pentacles here reversed next to the Two of Pentacles. So like I said, like the path that he chose is not going to bring him the kind of money that he was making at this old position. But he's okay with that. And right here, it looks like he will be faced with having to choose to step up and do what's right and report this company or report whomever is involved in whatever that they're doing, or he just stays here. And he might be just comfortable with that. He may heal and be like, you know what, I'm just not going to take that path. And that's, like I said, that's fine. He has the freedom to do that. Alright, so what I mean by bounty is, I'm going to clarify too. Bounty is, are we talking about I feel like this individual for that company was like a bookkeeper or an accountant or some position, CFO maybe, somebody who was dealing with the books. And numbers don't lie. Numbers never lie. A number will never lie to you. It's going to be clear and precise. And when the numbers don't add up, you know when stuff's going wrong. You know, if you're really good with numbers and math and so forth like that, you can see a downfall coming a long way away. If you're smart enough to read into it. And I feel like this person did that. Alright, so universe, let us know. I'm curious. So did he step away because it got to the end to where, like, he could see the numbers were dwindling, right? So did it get to a point where it was all gone or really low? Or did something else trigger him to move before that occurred? Because I feel like this guy is really about protecting himself and probably protecting his family too, okay? It's not just that. Like, people have other people that they have to provide for, so they have to make decisions based on these things. So I don't want to make it sound like that, you know. We have the Page of Swords in reverse. There's also some gossip going around at work. So it sounded like, yeah, he saw the numbers going down. But I guess it really wasn't until everybody else started asking questions. Like, hey, we used to do banquets every year, and we used to treat the employees to dinner, or whatever, you know, and then all of a sudden it got cut out. Like, what's going on? Something must be wrong. And now each department is being asked to scale back on the finances. Like, we've never seen this kind of scale back before. It doesn't make sense. We have the business, what's going on? Or maybe they don't have the business, you know, maybe they do see it that way. So it looks like that's what triggered him. It scared him when everybody else started catching on and figuring it out and spreading word. And then that's when he just ducked and was out. He was out. So let's see. He didn't leave an apprentice behind. So he left suddenly. He didn't train, he didn't even stay around or stick around to train anybody in his position. He just left. He felt that was, he just felt he had to go now. What other questions do we have? I thought there was one other question I wanted to answer. He did. He avoided losing his house and the ability to provide for his family, but at the end of this reading, we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So the money's not going to last forever. I feel like he's probably, looking at it this way, he probably just had money put away. And I feel like he got to the end of that. And he is working, like he never stopped working, but wherever he's working, it just doesn't pay all the bills. So I guess let's just clarify and confirm, this, I'm picking up that this guy had a family, and that was his driving force as to like why he wanted to jump ship all of a sudden when he saw that things were going south. So does he have a family? Eight of Pentacles. Yes, he does. And he's so dedicated, so this is a good man, a good-hearted man. Good spiritual connections, and his family has great spiritual connections because of him. Because of his ability to anchor family members and keep them grounded. Teach them the value behind good work ethic. Like, that's the person we're talking about right now. So he definitely did not purposefully participate in, like, he wasn't cooking books or anything. Like, in fact, whatever was going on was not being communicated with him, or he was being told the opposite. But I tell you again, numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie. You can give me the greatest story you want, but if numbers don't back you, you're a liar. You're a liar. All right, universe. Does he risk if he if he tips somebody off that something illegal or unethical was going on at that place? What is he looking at? Is he looking at, I mean, he's in fear, right? So what is he fearful of? Is he fearful of his old boss coming after him, or what? What's going on? Page of Cups in the reverse. What backfire are you afraid of? Is it spiritual attacks? It's kind of looking like he's afraid of a spiritual attack more than anything. Nine of Cups reversed. He's not going to be in good favor of whom? We know that he's afraid of the Nine of Cups, losing, not having the blessings that he's got and has had and has been able to maintain. We get that. Then we have the Chariot. Okay, alright, I got it now. Alright, he's just afraid that someone, because he was working the books, or working with the books, or the finances, the numbers, he's just afraid that the owner, because he's so shady and holds strong community power, he really does, He really feels like, and maybe he was even threatened. Maybe that's why he feels this way. I don't know. But he feels like somebody could or might have gone behind him to actually cook the books and then blame it on him. And then, of course, he would have to pay the price for that, going to prison. But I mean, if you're the one tipping people off, then that should tell you right there that, because this gentleman has been away from this job for a while, this old one. You know what I mean? So, Queen of Swords. All right, so this company, whoever owns or owned it, they've already been in trouble with the legal system. They've already been in trouble. Someone has already sat in prison for some of the stuff that they've pulled. You know, it's not really feeling to me like it's because he thinks someone's gonna set him up. I think he knows it wouldn't be easy for them to do that and blame him, especially not if he's the one going and tipping tipping off the law, tipping off the law. Okay, one thing that he's definitely afraid of is that after he caught on that things weren't right, he stuck around for a little while, 2, 3 months to 6 months, 8 months. It could be it's anywhere from 6 months to a year. He had foresight. He read the numbers, and still stuck around. Wasn't sure when or if they would change, go a different direction, which they did not. And like I said, he wasn't provoked to actually step away until other people started catching on. So I understand that. I understand that. But you're a good man. And you know that if you do something wrong, you need to pay the consequences for it. So why? It's simply, right now, it's just because of his family. He seems to be the sole provider at this moment. And he really fears what will happen to his family if he winds up in prison. Because right now, they're literally living day to day. This might have also been someone who's on a work visa. It's another reason they're scared. They don't want to compromise that. I really feel like he has a work visa or something. Like when I tell you, it's not just his family that's going to be losing a house or something. Like they're going to have to like leave. They can't stay here, you know. Like if you're on a work visa and you're not working, then you can't stay. I'm very sorry to hear that, sir. I really am. But you know, if you get with the right people and you talk to the right people and you do your homework and you're a well-educated man. You're a very well-educated man. You know how to calculate and deduce. Not just numbers. I know you're going through probabilities in your mind right now, but you have to remember it's all about finding the right people at the right time. You're not going to know if somebody is going to work for you on your side or turn against you or not do the due diligence that they promised you they were going to do on your behalf. You're not going to know that. And I know you're scared and you're frightened right now, but this is the time to remember your faith. You are a faithful, devoted, religious follower of some kind. Don't let that slip away from you. Don't let this fear take that from you. Stand in your power. If you know God has your back and has been there, and that's why you worship him, then act like it. I know I'm saying it very firmly and assertively right now, but I'm saying it this way because that's what the energy is. I need to speak to you like this. If your religion and all of your beliefs are true and right, then you know that God's going to come through for you. He's going to come through for you. No, it's not going to look like how we imagine it in our minds, but that's how it's supposed to be. This is your time. This is your time of test. It's your time of test. Because that Ace of Pentacles reverse is a very real thing, my guy. It's coming. It's coming. And you're definitely being called. You're being called to speak truth. Okay? And this is so written in stone that even if you choose to do nothing, this is coming for you. And should you decide not to answer the call, there's nothing left to be provided for you, because that is you deciding, I'm not going to continue educating myself. I'm not going to continue learning in the world spiritually or any other kind of way. Like, this is a lesson that has to root. And you need to let that happen. Now, I'm saying you need to. Again, free will. And if you think that being on the run or not doing the right thing is the best, safest thing for you and your loved ones, then you do that, okay? I am definitely not asking you to go out there and do something, put yourself in harm's way in any kind of way. You know, there are things about this reading that are cloaked, so there's a lot that I don't know. So you're going to have to make this call for yourself. And my prayers are going to be with you 100%, okay? Not just for you, but for your family. And continue to do the same. Hold your faith. Be strong. Remember God's protection. Tune in. Look inward. He's got messages that are only meant to you, for you. He can answer some of your questions. He can send you creative solutions. He can send the right people into your life who can help you out of this. Even if we're human, we're limited. our ideas of possible solutions and what we think we know about probability, none of that exists with God. There is an infinite source of possibilities out there. Miracles are very, very real. So thank you so much for stopping by. I hope everybody enjoyed the reading, had something to take away from this reading so that we can enhance our lives together, grow together, love more, share more, be more. So I do encourage you on that note to like, share, subscribe, comment. I welcome all of these things and I'm very happy for it. So until the next reading, you guys, have a great night.